You're listening to Nerd Sweat.
Hello, I am your host, Chris, and to my right is the man who buys droids from the Jawas, Michael. Say hello.
Hello.
And to Mike's right is the guy who uses normal Pokeballs that catches Mewtwo's, Brian.
Hi.
And to Brian's left is the bearded goddess, Andrew.
Hey, what's up?
And welcome back, everybody, to Nerd Sweat episode 4. We also took another additional week off because of personal reasons and things like that. It's life.
Constipation. Lots of
Constipation. Getting ready for Christmas, so we all made some LCBO runs. Come on, I'm pretty sure everyone has a stacked fridge here right now. Everyone? No?
No, I'm making my run tomorrow. I'm pretty empty.
Pretty bare.
Oh, no. What's going on here?
It's because I've been drinking it all.
When Andy gets the booze,
he drinks it in a few hours.
Yeah.
I'm going to save this to a few hours. Oh, what happened?
Well, Thursday nights roll around every week, and
Dude, Thursdays, I do it on Mondays.
Tuesdays are Saturdays, and Thursdays are Fridays.
yeah.
That's how she goes. So we're going to be switching it up a bit this episode. You'll notice some segments will be gone, and you might see a new one. We're just trying out a different setup. So we're going to go into our first topic.
Retro Game Review of the Week.
This week we are talking about Sonic. Sonic and Knuckles, Sonic 2, Sonic 3, all on the Sega Genesis. And this game came out in October 18th, 1994. The first Sonic.
2, then Sonic 3.
And Sonic and Knuckles.
Yeah, that 3D one.
That's
that was
correct.
Amazing.
So the producer for this game was Yuji Naka. And you can't forget the director. His popular name was Hirokazu Yasuhara. And I don't know, me and this guy go way back. We were having those, what's those little drinks called?
Sake?
Sake. Warm sake, right from the stove, and, armed to the fridge. That's how she went. So we're going to have Brian start off, since Brian has logged the most hours playing this game out of all of us. Apparently, between 8 hours and 2,000 hours. So have Brian go on now and share his love for Sonic, Sonic Knuckles, and Tails, and all that goodness in the Sega Genesis.
Yeah, I got Sonic 2 was the first one that I got. It was on the Sega Genesis, which I got for my 7th birthday. I was really excited. Me and my buddy Kyle played a ton of it. We weren't very good at it. We'd get to like World 2 or 3 back then, and that would pretty much be as far as we'd get. We were awful at it. Whenever you got to the water levels, right? Whenever water was involved, we were drowning all the time. But yeah, it was. I had a Super Nintendo for when I was 5, and then I was lucky enough to get a Sega Genesis as well, and that was the game that I played the most of. Right, I had a pretty small library on the Genesis because my parents mostly bought for that Super Nintendo, but obviously the biggest thing was the speed of the game. It was just that's how they advertised it.
Fast.
Sonic the Hedgehog is much faster than Super Mario. Right, like that's literally how they did it, and it was really fast paced, beautiful colors, awesome music, like just some of the best music in any video games. And I love to.
Was pretty good.
I love to quiz people on. I have the Video Games Live album. I love to quiz people on like, oh, what game is this song from? What's this one? Nobody ever guesses Sonic. Like, it's always the hardest one for people to get.
The pinball levels were really good. The
Oh,
soundtracks.
really good, really
It's
good.
like
Yeah.
casino pinball. Like you
Yeah,
remember, you would
exactly.
jump into the casino, like those like a little cartridge, and then you would see your 3 lights, and you'd match it, and then you'd get coins or whatever. Or
Yeah,
get
you'd get
nothing.
your rings, or you'd lose your rings, or whatever. Yeah, one way or the other.
Yeah.
It was a solid game. Yeah, it was great to play with buddies and that. Like, you could do the 2-player races in Sonic 2. And then I did rent the Sonic and Knuckles expansion, where you could, if you don't know, you plug it in and you're able to play with all the different characters, Sonic, Knuckles, and Tails in all the different games. You were able to plug in to the top of the cartridge Sonic 2 or Sonic 3. And in those games, you're able to play as Knuckles, or, whichever way you wanted to do it. And it worked out really well.
Were there a lot of games that you could do that at that time like that?
No.
I don't know. Not really.
Not like stackable like
Yeah.
Jenga, but
Well, the only one that comes to mind back then that's kind of comparable was the Super Game Boy, right? Like, it's not exactly the same thing, but you were able to play a different game by shoving game inside of it, right?
Uh-huh.
I'm just trying
Kind
to
of.
think of something else I shoved inside of when I was a kid playing games.
Well, that's just the man, Chris. PG.
No, like you said, there was the Super Game Boy for the
Well, it was
Super
the
Nintendo.
The Sega, right? The system did it. You could shove lots of things on top of each other on the system.
Okay, the Game Genie, you could shove games in it.
Yeah.
What else was there? Yeah, there wasn't really that much. And you couldn't shove a Sonic there was no point to have a Sonic and Knuckles on top of another Sonic and Knuckles.
No.
It was kind of redundant.
Just keep stacking them.
Yeah,
For
just for kids,
speed.
just to show. Yeah, more speed. you
But for me,
thought Sonic was fast, but you jack Sonic and Knuckles on each other.
×4, you're just going nuts.
You turn into like freaking was it Dragon Ball Z, Kaioken times like 3 or whatever you do.
But I remember, like, there were really neat things. Like, in Sonic 2, you had the bonus stages where you had, like, the third person behind him view, like almost a 3D environment where you had the half
like-
pipe that you're going through, and you're
It's
trying
like
to avoid
F-Zero.
the...
F-Zero Racing.
Yeah. It was, and it was really neat, and I love games that have different game mechanics within the game, right? Like,
Yeah.
if it's not always the same thing. Like, pretty much when you play Super Mario Bros., it was always the same thing. And it's a great game, but Sonic tried to take things to another level by adding in a whole nother way to play, right? You're looking behind him now. That was a neat idea that you didn't see very often back then in games.
No, you're totally right. And one of the things too, I'm just throwing this in there. When I first played Sonic, was the background that caught my attention right away, because there wasn't a lot of games that had pretty backgrounds and then stuff happening in the background. Because in some of the levels you see like birds and stuff, or it was like they created an immersed background to go with what this 2D side scrolling was.
Wasn't just like a static background. It had
It wasn't just like clouds and sky,
Mm-hmm.
And that's when you said, the game looks pretty. It actually does. It was stimulating for our age.
And
Yeah.
like I said, the vibrant colors, right? I love that. Vibrant colors.
Yeah.
Super Mario World had the same thing. Very vibrant colors. Most games at that point did. But this one especially always stuck out. Like that first green world, right? Green zone. It was so pretty. And like, I'm always talking, my perspective is Sonic 2, right? I rented Sonic 3, but Sonic 2 is really where I had most of my experiences.
So that's pretty much how you feel about that in a nutshell?
That's me in a nutshell.
Well, I think I might jump into this and give my feel for it. The first time I've actually played Sonic, I've never owned a Sega. And the only time I've ever played Sega was actually going over to Mike's house and playing with his older brother Scott. And that's where I was introduced to the Sega. And I played several titles like Toe Jam and Earl, Sonic,
Good one.
the Gunstar Heroes.
Good
What?
Those are all good games.
Those are all good games. There's something missing, the Bat Acrobat or something.
Don't remember.
Oh, yeah.
You remember that?
Oh, I do. Yeah. That was awesome.
Yeah. So that's when I first played Sonic, and I don't think I played Sonic more one player. I was never really into it too much two players, just because I'd get easily pissed off with the time thing, and especially like I got really frustrated as a kid when I did these matchups and everything was time bound. Like I always prefer a game where I'm not constricted by time.
That's my biggest pet peeve in video games is time limits.
Like I go 8, but that's why I never liked Majora's Mask, because I didn't
Me
like
too.
the idea.
Oh, we're kindred spirits, Chris.
It is like
That
we're
I can't.
connected.
I just went through that. I plugged it in a week and a half ago, and I tried to play it, and I got frustrated again by the fact that there's time. It's not even like it's a bad time limit thing. It's just there is one.
Yeah,
there is one, and I hate it.
It's just in our mind. It's how we're programmed.
You know, I
Can't do it.
I don't like games that have time limits just because, but in certain scenarios, like it's actually.
Okay, it makes sense. I know what you mean, Nana. If you have like a rock chasing you, you gotta run or you die, right? You're timed.
But the one thing I hate is like whenever a game's like you hurry up and save the girl, but then you can like search the whole area. She's about to get stabbed in the face, but you're like, oh, what's in this box? What's in this? Oh, I'll do this first. And it's like that. Then there should be maybe like a 10-second time limit for you to run in.
It was like in Super Metroid at the end.
Yeah.
When you beat it, you had to run your ass off.
Mm-hmm.
Or in Golden Sun. Okay, so I'm just gonna touch this real quick. There's one level in the beginning where there's a huge eruption. It's like you gotta get out of here. Everything's breaking apart and the whole screen's shaking. You could probably just stand there all day. I'll just take my time. You know, when it erupts, it erupts.
It won't erupt with me in the building.
Yeah. So yeah, going back to Sonic, I liked Sonic a lot. I liked all the versions. I liked Sonic and Knuckles the most because that was the only version I played the most two players. Because I used to always pick Tails, and then I think Mike's older brother Scott would always pick Knuckles.
Yeah, he did always pick Knuckles. He thought he was cool.
Yeah, I don't know. It was really fun. I couldn't play it longer than a half an hour to an hour because it does get repetitive.
Yeah, I'm in the same boat.
It's more repetitive than Super Mario World. At least with Super Mario World, it gave you a more driving story, plus you got different zones and stuff, so it was more engaging, and they threw in other elements like, you know, the mountable Yoshi and stuff like that. Don't get me wrong, though, Sonic did have, like Brian said, the mini games, which I really liked. Especially the turnpike and getting all the coins and stuff, and I've always been a huge fan of mini games. Because even like when I bought Pokemon Stadium for the 64, the mini games in that were actually kind of fun.
Yeah, they were the best part, I'll be honest.
Yeah, and you weren't expecting to buy this game to like the mini game so much.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
You know what I liked about the mini games in Sonic? If you won, if you did good or you did the right thing, you actually got a reward out of it that actually mattered. You'd get a Chaos Emerald, and then it was like you felt so proud. You're like, sweet, I got something that matters.
So now that you bring that up, the mini games technically in the Super Mario World would be the hidden pipes that you'd find.
Yeah, I guess you could consider that as mini game.
And then when you complete that, you really don't get much. You get like a life or something.
Or coins or something.
I find that in the Sonic, when you completed that mini game, you felt more accomplished than you did in the Super Mario World mini games.
Totally agree.
The game in a total Super Mario World was better than Sonic, but I have to give it Sonic that pat on the back, saying, you know, this is cool that you've put actual time and effort in creating, you know, your little side game here.
Well, exactly. Like
making us feel good.
Look at the effort that went into making that little side game. It wasn't just like a fall down a tunnel, you know, take a couple steps, collect like 10 coins, and you're out. You were in an immersed level, like a whole level, and again, there was like time crunching, all that stuff. But it was like it kind of kicked it up that extra little notch, with like all the lights and the colors and the speed and everything, and it took a totally different view. So
yeah, the third person was great. It made it feel like a different game almost.
Yeah. And the speed element, like, it's awesome. Like, it's different. It's something that's a change from the norm, and because you know, like Andy and I were given props to Sonic for certain things that it has over Super Mario, and the reason why I'm contrasting the two, because at the time those were the two games that were battling it out. Sega was Sonic, Nintendo was Mario. It's plain and simple.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
They were both the flagships for each console.
The thing was, like, Nintendo was so much more popular. I guess it's hard to say, like, at the time, like, being in that time specifically and being from such a small community. But everybody had Nintendos, and there was like the odd Sega that was kicking around, but everybody had Sonic for that Sega.
Yep.
The neat thing was though there was no other game that you could have it crawl like at a snail's pace, like just like walk through it. But whenever you sped the game up, it became like that much more entertaining. Yep. And you could just like fast track levels. Like you could do it in Mario if you wanted to, but nowhere close to the speed you could do it in Sonic.
No, you almost have to take your time, Mario, because there's puzzles along the way.
Yeah, I know, but and then Sonic's like, man, how fast can I complete this level?
It's funny because in Sonic you could jump over, like if you're spinning, and you spin there, you can jump over whole sections of the level, or if you took time, you could like go through that little section and collect more coins if for some reason you wanted to, or you could just jump over everything and finish the level.
And nothing was more defeating than going full tilt. Like, and then all of a sudden you get that bing, you lose.
Spikes, eh?
Yeah, you fall into the spike trap. Pitfall, bud.
That's why I picked Tails and just I'm gonna fall.
Yeah, he flies over everything. But okay. If you were to play Super Mario World, and when you do the side scrolling when you're walking, if you were to look at that background and at the Sonic background, I'm pretty sure you would agree with me that the background was more colorful in Sonic than it was Super Mario World.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I mean, like Mario had everything was like bubbly, bouncy castle, like clouds and happy and all that jazz. Yeah. Sonic was about like raw energy. Like it couldn't be bubbly. It wasn't about that. It was like how much flash and pizzazz can we throw at you while you go full tilt through this level? Like it was for like the kid who had like ADD but didn't know it yet.
It was it's like two open hands. Here's an energy drink and here's ecstasy. Go nuts, bud.
Go!
Wow, colors! Wow, energy!
Just mash C really fast so you speed up and take off.
Yeah. You know what I find weird? I'm looking at pictures of Super Mario. For some reason, does it ever remind me of Kirby for the Game Boy? Like, it looks, it's identical. Like, to me, maybe I'm wrong, but I mean, just the pictures, the four pictures I looked at.
Kirby Dream Land looks, for the original Game Boy, like the big brick one, looks really identical.
And then,
but if the objects are simple though, they're just rounded hills that are smiling.
Or it's true, that are smiling for some reason.
Yeah, they're pretty simple. They're just smiling and hanging out in the background.
If you died, would they frown?
If you turn it upside down, it would frown.
Yeah, that's true.
Touche.
That's true.
So, I don't know if Mike or Andy want to go off on it. Like, we pretty much got it pretty in-depth talking all together there.
Yep.
Because we logged between us probably maybe somewhere close to Brian combined. Us three.
Probably not even.
Scott never let me play too much Sonic, and he didn't like playing co-op because I sucked or something. I don't know. So I don't really have much opinion on it. I mean, I watched him play, but I was never a big fan. I think mostly because he didn't let me play.
Yeah, definitely. Well, he didn't like you.
Yeah. I didn't like him.
He was a jerk. I don't want to beat around the bush or nothing, but yeah. So yeah, cool. Review-wise, out of 10. I'm gonna rate it how I felt then, not now, because it'd be a lot lower now. But out of 10, I would give this game at the time 7.5. Which
I like how you made that sound like the Nintendo. Sound.
I agree. I'm giving it a 7.5 as well. 7.5. But it was a great game at the time. And yeah, I have retried playing it, like you just mentioned. I have, somebody gave it to me on the DS, the compilation thing of all the Sonic games.
Oh, yeah.
And yeah, it doesn't hold up. it doesn't hold up like Mario does. It's sad, but it's true.
Andy?
Not as high as you guys. I'm giving it a whopping 6. Dude.
Oh yeah,
that was a little bit.
Yeah, I'm sorry. I just wasn't a fan. I never got too much exposure, and when I did, I was not into the ADD button mashing flying through a level.
What
So
about
I
that?
was about to slow it down and figure out all the puzzles with Mario.
What, Mike?
I'd give it about. I'd give it. I'm in between. I'd give it a 7.
Oh, that's good. That was good. We're gonna have to work on that.
It was a good game. It was a good game. I mean, it wasn't phenomenal. It wasn't anything that changed my view on gaming, but it wasn't terrible. I mean, it was a good game.
Do you so bad you do anything?
I like how you choked on your do-up. That was good.
That was pretty good.
I didn't know what I was doing. So I'm not.
All right,
Amateur.
we're gonna go into our next segment now, which is
Cell phone app of the week.
cell phone app of the week, and this week is an app called Steam. I don't know if anyone's heard about it lately.
What's Steam?
Steam,
Some Valve or
some online gaming. Like I'm downloading games through the internet.
That has something to do with fog in China, right?
Biodigital jazz, man.
Yeah,
Smog in China. Yeah, H1N1.
breath of fresh air.
AIDS from monkeys.
Oh,
It's all related.
it's got to be.
Yeah. But so the Steam app, which works on your new Apple phone, Mike.
Yeah, it's got. I got the app on there.
Got it on the cheaps.
Yeah, get that Kijiji.
It was free, but the app was free.
Sweet Kijiji deal.
Oh.
So yeah, the Steam app. So you more or less you download this app on your Play Stool.
When you play,
Our place has to do with what we were talking
Everyone,
about
go get
before the
Could be the Play Store.
Yeah, I don't think it was a piece of dookie.
Okay.
Pretty sure it wasn't. Or on whatever the equivalent is for the iPhone
App Store.
App Store.
Yeah.
iCrap.
And you can log into your account and talk to your friends, see what's going on, and most importantly, buy games when they go on flash sales or for right now, it's seasonal sales because we are near the Christmas time, and we've all spent a decent amount of money actually on Steam sales in the last month or so.
And on that, can anybody please give me like food for like soup or something? Like I'm starving now. I haven't eaten in days. It's getting pretty bad.
Brian can't even flush the toilet more than twice a day. Yeah.
And my utilities are included. But to go on what you said there is being able to buy games directly on the app. I did that. I was working, and work would have ended at about 3 o'clock for me. And the Steam sale was over at 1 o'clock. And I had decided the night before that I wasn't going to get Borderlands 2 on Steam. And by the time I got to about 10 a.m., I was just itching. Like, that was the biggest mistake I had made in my entire life. And I didn't have access to a computer.
That's awesome.
I was so upset. My buddy Kyle and I went out for lunch to Tim Hortons in the town near the school I was working at. And there's me just like, I can't believe I didn't do that. I can't believe I didn't buy it. Like, my buddy Sean got it for free when he got his computer. And he bought a graphics card and it came with it. And I know he loves it, and we would have played it multiplayer, and it would have been great, and I was so mad. Then I discovered the Steam app. Downloaded the Steam app, plugged in my security number for my credit card, and there we go. I bought it. All better. I bought it at like 1:30, or at 12:30, like at the very end of lunch, right before it would have run out. I had about half an hour to go, and I was able to get that game, and now I've been playing it for like 2 weeks straight, or 3 weeks straight. Solid game.
That's good.
Yeah.
Yeah, like I don't have the app installed yet on my phone because I've been just fortunate to purchase all my games on my computer and not miss the flash deals. But I am going to install it because it is nice for me, especially if I'm just on a 4G network or LTE. And I can just check it out just to see if my friends are online, send them a message, and you look at your profile, you can check out what games you do have on the go, just in case you are out shopping, and you'll find a PC game that's on sale.
Yep.
As much as I love to own things, if I already have it digitally, I'm not going to rebuy it just to have the hard copy. It's just when you buy things that cheap on Steam, like if you're paying $3 to $9 for a $40 to $50 game. You're not going to go out, even if the game's like $15. You're still not going to buy the game to have both, right?
Yeah, another really neat feature that they have on it is you can remotely download. If you have your computer on at home with your Steam account open, you can click, like, you can purchase it on the app normally, and that's fine, like you can purchase it and not have to download it right away, just like normal. But you can also choose to remotely download it. So say you get it at noon at work, by the time you get home at 4, 5, 6 o'clock, your game's ready for you to play. So you don't even have to download it. Yeah, that's one of my... I didn't realize that until this week when my fiance was at home playing on it, and that popped up. Do you want to remotely download the game that I had bought? And wow, that's so neat.
Honestly, one of the features I check out the most is you can go to your friend's activity on there and see what they bought recently.
Yeah.
So like if you want to know what your buddies bought, just so you can play with them in certain games, you can see like, oh, Chris bought, Chivalry. Oh, I'll buy that too. We'll play together. That's
exactly what we all just did this weekend.
Well, I got like 20 Facebook messages saying to buy it.
Only 20?
Well, maybe
Chris was really, really determined to make sure everybody bought this game when it went on sale.
Okay, we played it this morning for 2 hours.
It was great.
It's frigging hilarious. Like, you've seen the videos on it, right?
Yeah.
So we're running in on a team, and like you can do chants like in Counter-Strike when you do your like, bogey on your left or whatever. So you got these like war chants in the game. You're like, Agatha, and like it echoes on everybody. And like if you're in like a hallway, it echoes down the hallway, so you can hear something coming at you. I just keep screaming the whole time, so you know where I am.
All three of us that were playing were just spamming the C button to start yelling at everybody.
And like Brian and I are trying to sneak in, I just start yelling. He's like, "Okay, way to give us away." 5 guys come out, just slaughter us.
That's funny.
I got to see Yeah. And like there's 4. There's like the archer, the knight, like a pikeman type, and there's something else, but it's
like
it's so fun, and like it's really cool. They have it set up on your mouse that you've got like a forward slash, a downward, a block, and you can kick people. So if someone like blocks you, just kick them, push them back.
Mm-hmm. That's
cool. It's for $6. It's like a steal to buy.
It's super fun.
And it's like it's one of those games that you can play it by yourself. You're only going to play for probably 20 minutes, but if you have your friends, the time will fly by because you can cut like arms off.
Heads.
Yeah, and
you
like
cut my head off like 10 times that match we're against each other.
If I got behind him, and like the way you slice, if you make contact on the head, you can like see the spinal cord and stuff inside the head as it rolls.
That's cool.
And if you chop off an arm, you see like the arm dangling, like the muscle tissue. And,
That's funny. That's awesome.
But it's not. It's kind of nasty, but at the same time, it's funny.
Yeah, it's not gory.
It's not bloody, but it's like. The arm just fell off. I can see it. There's no blood. It's pretty funny. So that's one of the games that on Steam that we bought really cheap. There's a bunch of them though. We've been. I'm not going to go too in depth on it, but
back to the app though. What's important?
It is.
I find it's really good just to like you guys said. I work 10-hour shifts from. So whenever I'm there, the Steam deals change. Or the flash sales. So I can't always. I get to keep up on which ones they are without using my computer, and I could just see what's going on. So that way I don't need to worry about missing a flash sale because I can just look it up real quick. Or if I'm laying in bed, real quick, look it up instead of having to go to my computer. It's great.
Now I haven't been doing as much. This is probably the first year that I've done more PC gaming in a while.
Yeah,
absolutely.
It's been a long time, and this could almost be a discussion for something else in itself. But I'm just throwing that out there. I'm not a massive PC gamer. Definitely should. So everyone's in agreement. Andy, you want to add anything to that?
Oh no, that's the app in a nutshell.
It's already been beaten down enough.
Yeah.
So we're going to go into our new next segment.
In our corner.
In our corner. And in our corner we have what games we've been currently playing. So we just give a quick, just a update to all the listeners. What games, whether it be a PC or console, that we've been playing. So I'm going to let Andy start this out. Andy, what have you been playing? What's just been tickling your fancy, bud?
Well, you know what? I have to break it down by the console because I got one in each right now.
Give me your top three.
Top three. Okay, I'm playing Azura's Wrath, which is like I don't know. It's like a button mashing, just like a storytelling. All the actions you do are basically like live action. Like, you know, it does a story and all of a sudden you fly through the air and it says, you know, timing you to press circle now, and you get based upon, based upon the accuracy of the timing and stuff, and that's pretty cool. So that's by Capcom, which we all know is kind of going a little belly up there, but I don't know, I like it. It was really well done. But it's all fighting all the time, which is pretty cool. I guess then on the PC, which is this is a surprise. I'm actually playing a lot of games like Dino D-Day. Oh man,
I can't believe you're. Are you putting that in your top three right now?
Yeah, dude. For $2,
disgusting.
For $2, I haven't. I almost peed. I laughed so hard with Mike and I playing that. That's the best money I ever spent in my entire life.
It's so, and the great thing is when you play as a dinosaur, whenever you move the mouse, like where you're looking, the dinosaur's head moves with it too, and it's like really well done. It's awesome.
Yeah.
Oh, it's actually.
I'm gonna have to give it a chance. I haven't played it yet. I have it on my account.
It's
but I haven't
so
played it yet.
good.
It's awesome.
Yeah,
I got it too.
And then I'm on my Vita, so I play Oddworld Stranger's Wrath on my Vita.
Oh, cool! I saw that one on there too, and I haven't tried it.
I think I platinumed it.
You did. You did. It's a slow crawl. That's the one that I kind of go to last, I guess.
So that's your top three right now.
Yeah.
Cool. Brian, your top three.
I've been all about the Steam sales and that lately, and I got, like I said, Borderlands 2. My buddy Sean and I have been playing it a lot. We're trying to talk Chris and anybody else who wants to join us into it. Borderlands 2 on the PC. I just started playing NHL 14 again, like always. Never really goes away. Me and our buddy Seb played a really good game where we were down 3-0, but came back and Seb scored the winner in OT. Really, ref made some pretty bad calls in that game, but on the phone, our buddy Seb, same guy who scored the goal, talked me into getting Clash of Clans, which I know Andy's also got.
Yes, that's
neat
true.
little game. It's been out for a while, apparently. I just never. I always hear about these things way too late on the phone. But yeah, it's one of your typical, like you're gaining resources and it takes so long to build this building, like a barracks, and you have an army and you fight. But it's really well done, really solid game. Yeah, it's the kind of money gouging thing, like you will do better if you give us money, which I refuse to do. But really, really solid little game on the phone. So those are, and on the PC, I'm also playing BioShock Infinite.
Well, it's more than three.
I'm confused.
Shut up.
That's 2 minutes, bud, in the box.
Shut up.
2 minutes for high sticking.
Hadouken! Shoryuken!
All right, Mike.
So, I don't even think I've been playing 3 different games that are noteworthy. On PlayStation 3, I've been playing the Tomb Raider reboot from 2013. And if you haven't played it, it's amazing. It's better than Uncharted, in my opinion.
Ooh.
Watch what you're saying there.
No, it really is. I find it has a much more serious theme, and whenever you finish killing something, killing somebody, she's actually conflicted about it. Whereas in Uncharted, the guy just laughs it off, and it's like a big joke. And so for PC, I've been playing The Witcher 1. I'm in like Act 2 now, but I've already beat it before. I just played again, and that's it. I mean, I've been playing a little bit of Dino D-Day and Counter-Strike, but none of them are like games that I've been playing. I obviously play Candy Crush more than those games.
Yeah, but if you're working, that's easy to play.
Yeah, I mean, I'm mostly I'm hoping to get a new PS Vita game soon. I want to get this Amazing Spider-Man, so that would probably be in my top.
Oh, dude, that game is so good. So good.
So that's what I'm playing right now.
Nice. Well, I'm about 8 hours deep into Golden Sun,
It's a good game.
and that game is made by Camelot. It's an RPG for the GBA. Probably in my top 5 favorite RPGs. Such an awesome game.
It's a
If you
good
ever played
game.
it, just buy it. Mike bought it at the pawn shop.
I was forced to.
Well, I said if he wasn't buying it, I'm buying it, and I was just buying to use it as trade bait because it's worth a bit of money. You paid $7 for it?
5, I think.
Yeah, $5.
$5.
$5.
$5.
Give it to me.
I got 2 of them. I got that, and I got.
Oh, you got Lord of the Rings, Return
yeah,
of the King
that's
for
a good game,
GBA,
too.
which is like a Diablo 2 overhead. When you link up, it's really fun to play.
Mhm.
Well done.
So
That's some game chasing right there.
that's yeah.
That was actually that would have been noteworthy of our game chasing.
Yeah, that would have been not bad. And then the second game I'm playing a lot. I probably I'm gonna say I played a lot of Chivalry today,
Yeah.
and I really like it.
Yeah.
There's it's just when you play a game that you smile and you laugh out loud about, you know that's a decent game.
Yep.
So I recommend everyone to play that. And my
With
last, with us, for sure. Send us a message. Get on it, do it.
Do we all own it here?
Go Sens
Y'all put it-
87 Steam.
I don't think
account.
Andy bought it yet.
No.
Yeah, it's $6 by the way, Andy.
I don't know.
Andy.
Andrew.
Okay, all right, I'll do it.
So
All right.
My third game is either between NHL 14 or Battletoads and Double Dragon.
Oh yeah. Again, Seb is all about this section of the.
Yeah, Seb also picked that game up for me as a little Christmas gift, an early Christmas.
He might have had a little help.
Yeah,
Yeah.
for me too.
Yeah, I heard about this. I'm like, how did you even get this idea? I'm like, there's no way you thought about it. He's like, oh, well, I was talking to Brian and Andy. I'm like, well, they make it easy mode for you. That's Orc Warrior,
I
bud.
remember when we went to that in the Game Chasers. We went to that one pawn, whatever it was there, and you saw it in the list, and you looked at the price, and the guy was like, "It's $40 or something." Like,
Oh, yeah. I was like, no way. I was hoping he was going to say like 15 or 20, but yeah, I'm not going to pay $40 for that game. Screw that. I've already paid $40 for one game. That was Secret of Mana. That's because that's an amazing RPG.
It is.
So, yeah, that's the games that we've been playing this week. And now we're going to move on to our next segment,
Group discussion topics.
the group discussion topic. So this week we have one topic that should have us talking a lot about. It's playing games online with friends. So, when playing them, do you prefer PC or console? And it's going to be a lot of back and forth. It's going to be comfort versus, well, actually, I'd say drinking beer and comfort would be together. But, and then, I don't know, we'll go in this discussion. I'll start things off with, actually, who would like to go first? Anyone?
It almost comes down to
Mike's
genre
going
of the
first.
game, though.
Yeah.
Because like in certain games I like to play computer, but in other games I want to play console.
All right, so
That's why I
Exactly.
brought up the example of Elder Scrolls Online.
we're going to
'cause
start with
Chris and-
MMOs then. We're going to say MMO, console or PC? Andy.
Oh, I think the MMO industry's dominated on the PC, so it's a biased question.
No, I want to know you. I want to know your personal feelings. Just what color is the shirt, first of all, that you're wearing?
Dude, I'm not wearing your shirt.
It's skin. I love it.
Skin and hair.
Groovy.
No, but like for you, how would you feel? Like, what would you prefer to? How would you like to play an MMO?
I think the key word was with friends, right? Like, how do you want to play with your friends?
Yeah. But if all your friends were to go with you, whether a PC or console, how would you rather play it?
Console.
Yeah. And
Yeah.
why?
I think with the PC, and if we're actually going to go MMO, there's too much going on. Like, all your keyed, I don't know, you got like your macros going, and everything's all keyed and stuff, and you got like Shift 1 through 5, Alt 1 through 5. There's just a lot going on your keyboard, and I don't know. For me, I always find I'm always just like thinking about the plethora of moves that I have available. Whereas if I'm just holding a controller, I think I can like sit back and take it easy a little bit more and enjoy just playing with my friends as opposed to like being the highest DPS there was in the team at that time.
Yeah, here's my thinking on it is, like, a few months back, bought the controller, the Microsoft controller for PC. It's literally an Xbox 360 controller with a USB cord and no battery pack. And which would be, I wish it did have a battery pack, but we, when I want to play it, I think, like, if I take Elder Scrolls Online for my example of MMOs, because I'm not that versed in MMOs, but when that comes out, I want that to be with that controller, but I also want to do it on the PC for, I don't know, like, Skyrim was fun on the consoles. I had it on the consoles, but lately, like, I've been seeing my buddy Seb and Dan and that play it on the PC, and it seems like they're having a heck of a good time with that, with all the different things that you can do with a PC. And another big thing is it's just coming out sooner for that particular game. So that's my big argument on that. Now, the big thing is with friends, like you were talking about, Andy, with friends is the big key part of this discussion. If you don't all go in on one thing, like this is the issue with NHL right now, if you don't all go in on one thing, playing online is almost impossible, right?
You're picking on me.
I'm always picking on you until you go buy it for the damn 360. God. Andy bought, I think we've already discussed it, but Andy bought NHL 14 for the PS3. We all have it for the Xbox 360.
Was a solid pick.
It was just... And now we don't get to play with Andy on our team anymore. We have a right wing, a center, a forward, a D, and we're missing our other D. We don't have a left D. It's a tragedy.
We got a
it's
left
upsetting.
wing, though.
You're the left wing.
Yeah, I know.
He's good.
It's good.
Yeah. We did I don't know if we mentioned this before, but we did an NHL tournament a few months back at Seb's house. Chris won, like, we did doubles, and we randomly picked teams, and we did one where we had our best buddies for our partner, and it didn't matter what happened. Whoever was with Chris was going to win.
No, the first round was great, man. Andy and I rolled through everybody.
Oh, it was ridiculous. I was embarrassed.
I'd just like to add that I've only played one game in NHL 14, and I'm undefeated and untied.
He's 1-0.
I beat Chris my only game. First game.
When?
It was when we played down here.
That was a long time ago.
I know, I only played it once and I beat you. Remember, we went on overtime. It was the cheapest goal ever.
It was probably a dirty goal.
It went off his mask, and then, like, one of my players body checked the puck into the goal or something.
Yeah. He slap shot it, hit my goalie in the mask. It's sitting in the air, and then he plows my goalie. He cross-checks my goalie, and they did a review on it, and he let it go. No goal interference.
It was clean.
He's like, street legal. Yeah.
So because the controller keyboard thing isn't really an issue for me because I'm not versed in, like, I failed miserably when I tried to play the Star Wars Online one, is trying to use the keyboard was killing me. But if I were to just put everything just like I would play it on the Xbox or the PlayStation, doing that Microsoft controller thing, I would rather do it on PC to have the power of my PC running that game and being able to do all those things that you're able to do on a PC where you're just not able to interact with the game in the same way on a console. And it comes out 2 months earlier, and I want to get it so much sooner. It comes out in June for consoles, and it comes out April 4th for PC. Come on, Chris.
So does this have to be, like, MMO specifically? And because I mean, like,
no, it's not. This is for MMO games. This isn't. Other genres
right.
we're going to talk about in a couple of seconds.
Okay.
So for me, MMOs, I played a lot of MMOs. I played EQA on the console, and I played for a bit the Final Fantasy on the console too. And I played EverQuest, and I played WoW, Star Wars. I played a lot of different MMOs on the PC. So when you have a console MMO, typically it will not crash as much as a PC, and you'll have more comfort sitting at your chair in front of your TV. It's just a more relaxed gameplay. On the PC, on the other hand, the DLCs. The thing back then with the consoles that they didn't really have hard drives, or the hard drive space was limited. So the PC had the upper hand because the DLCs were larger, the patches were larger, more stuff could get rolled out faster. So in some experiences that really made, or break it. And the PC, it does have more power because you are limited, because the MMO that's made for the console is usually optimized to a certain point, and then they tweak stuff when they bring out another game with an expansion included on the disc. When I played EverQuest for the PS2, I had a keyboard that would sit on my lap, and I had my controller. So, if you look at it, it's like, well, you're practically playing a PC. But then you look at it from my view, if someone has a controller on the PC, then you're practically playing like a console. So it goes back and forth either way. But ultimately, if I was to play EQ again or Elder Scrolls Online, I would easily go back to a console, just because I like having the thumbsticks and I like being able to scroll through my stuff using the paddle. And I wouldn't mind using a keyboard again, but I really think that when they bring out MMOs on the consoles, that they should use the headsets and use it for the group, and then have it so you can mute people, because there's always going to be one idiot that keeps yelling and doesn't stop yelling and calls you gay and everything else that goes with it. And they're like, you're always going to run into those people that ruin your MMO experience too, that are just way too hardcore. But anyways, that's a whole different discussion. So I liked PC MMOs. I still like PC MMOs. I like console MMOs. I prefer my MMO on a console. So I'll bring this to Mike now.
So, me, much like Chris, I played a lot of MMOs. I played almost every Sony MMO that were released. And I played WoW with the guys. I played, some I don't even know. Some I don't even remember anymore.
You played EQA a bit, too.
I played everything. So I started on EQ1, and I loved it. And all my buddies, I grew up with Chris, so we all went into EQOA. And the biggest difference, which I actually liked, is in EQ, if you sucked, everyone was like, oh, you suck, get out of here, and they boot you from the group, and you're gone. With EQOA, you got a group, and it didn't matter if you sucked. If you guys died 10 times, your group stuck together, and you guys would always work things out somehow. You do weaker pulls or go to an easier area. It was a lot more casual, not casual, but a lot more relaxed
the community
players.
was better. For whatever reason on the console, the community was better.
Yeah, it's like oh, this guy, he's having a rough time. We'll go easier, or we'll go to easier zone. It's like it was just a lot different, and it was a lot better than EQ for the PC that way. And ever since then, I've always wanted another console MMO. So when DC Universe or whatever came out, I played that, but it just didn't have the feel that I liked to it. So I can't wait for the next MMO to come out. If it's, I'm a huge EQ fan, so I want EQ Next to come out for console. But if it's going to be, what is this game? What is it called again? Yeah.
What's that thing called? Personal computer? What do I work on?
No. If it's going to be the Elder Scrolls Online, then, I'm definitely going to pick it up. I'll try it, for a month. And I just wanted another console MMO that has the same quality EQOA had.
You're making me buy a PlayStation.
You're getting one anyways.
You weren't buying
Don't
one
feed
anyway?
us that
Yeah,
crap.
I gotta get married.
But
Dude,
how are you
just
going to
push
get
it
married?
off.
How are you going to get married without a PS4?
Yeah, I don't understand.
Yeah.
You guys are the best.
So
There
we're
you
gonna-
go. My wedding gift from you guys.
I'll chip in 20,
We'll all
bud.
split, yeah. I'll give 19.
So, PC or console at FPS? Go, Brian.
For an FPS?
Yeah.
Are we going through all of them?
Make it quick. Let's go.
FPS, console.
Why?
Because I like the controller.
Okay, Andy.
I've never played one on the PC, so it's console, baby.
There you go.
Oh, nice. Mike.
PC.
Why?
Console's
Boot
very...
'em.
FPS. FPS is a competitive game. If you play an FPS, it's always competitive, and there's no edge like having the reflexes with a mouse and keyboard and being able to switch your buttons and tap the key, weapons and tap the key instantly.
I'm going to agree with Mike. Also in PC, nothing like getting a headshot with your old keyboard and mouse. You zoom in quick, you turn around fast, you switch with, you do your WSD, move around, 1, 2, 3, 4, switch your primary, secondary, your nades. I just prefer it over the console.
Right now.
Pardon me?
He's describing what he's doing right now. 1, 2, 3, 4.
You should see this guy.
I got a headshot, bud.
This guy would do Counter-Strike Source with the sniper. That didn't even make sense. People used to think he hacked because it didn't make sense.
I used to walk in front of people while zoomed in and shoot them in the head.
We would play next to each other sometimes, and he wouldn't even see the guy, but he was firing before the guy came into his view. I don't understand it.
I had this weird twitch, and my cursor would always be going left and right, and if you watched me play, my neck would always be kind of moving too with it. It was weird.
It was kind of like, he was like, Oh, he's shaking.
Yeah. Oh, my mind was hacking. Yeah, that's what happened.
Oh, man.
Yeah, so
Strategy?
two and two.
Yeah.
All right, so yeah, strategy games. Console, PC, Andy.
Definitely PC for strategy.
Yeah.
I
Same
think that.
for-
Yeah, I think most of the strategy games that I ever did play on console is like dating the console, so it never really had that power behind it.
Yeah.
And if it did, it was StarCraft on the 64.
Yeah.
Oh, God.
Oh my God!
How
It's
many
like
hours did
you
you
saw
sink
it
into
like
that
start to smoke.
We played a lot of that. A lot.
Oh man, I think the first time I've ever seen the expansion pack like max usage.
I'm pretty sure I could, if the hours that Andy and I put in on StarCraft, I could have graduated with a bachelor's in things.
Yeah.
That's funny.
Brian.
PC all the way.
You see?
Yeah, it control wise so much easier.
Mike?
I don't like strategy games, so
You gotta pick one.
I know I'm gonna go with console because I loved Tactics, Final Fantasy Tactics. That was
That's the only other one I was thinking of too. Yeah.
And that's the only strategy game I ever got into. I loved it, and I'm gonna have to go console.
All right, well, strategy games I played in the console was Command and Conquer, StarCraft. Yeah, I'm going with PC, in other words. And
Yeah.
Civ 5 is like one of my up
Oh,
there
yeah.
with Command and Conquers, and like the StarCraft on both were fun, but I played not as much on PC as I did the 64. But it's a better feel. Like Andy said, you need that power to drive a compelling strategy game.
Yeah.
So the last couple of things we're going to talk about is fighting. So fighting, I think everyone's going to be on the same page for fighting games.
Yeah, arcade.
Console,
Arcade.
same thing. Console, arcade.
Arcade.
You could buy the arcade stick for the console, I guess.
This is where
Keep
Andy
saying
says,
arcade.
no, Virtual Fighter, PC, way better than anything.
Arcade.
So we're all in agreement
Air hockey
Oh, yeah.
table. Sure.
that it's better on the console.
Yeah. Easy.
And then RPGs, which can be touch and go, because there's some really good RPGs on the PC, and like that are fun and that are better experience than the console. So I'm going to start off by saying for RPG games in a whole, I prefer console. There's more good RPG games on the console than there is on the PC in a whole. So I'll go next to I'll give it to Andy.
Oh man, I played Final Fantasy VIII on the computer for so many years, but I guess I've played a lot more RPGs on the console, and they're more recent, so I'm gonna have to give the edge to console.
Brian?
I'm not the biggest RPG guy. Pokemon is my biggest one. But yeah, it's always been.
So
it's always
PC?
been. Yeah. Oh well, we can get back into that discussion about the Pokemon MMO I want on PC, but no, I consoles for sure for me, but I just downloaded on the last Steam sale FF7 for PC, so maybe I can follow that up in a few weeks after I get that going.
You know what? I want, as much as I want to say PC, I've always played console RPGs. I mean, there's the odd few that aren't for console that I play for computer, but generally always console. As much as I want to go computer, I'm gonna go console.
There you go.
All right, right on. So now we're going to roll into our next segment, which is...
Arcade.
PC tips.
Or PC Tip of the Week!
Arcade.
What section is arcade?
And this week's PC Tip...
This is where I log off, right?
Yeah, this is where you just sign out. It's the Spybot Search and Destroy, something Mike and I both use at work, and it is used for spyware adware removal on a computer, and it's compatible with anything Windows 95 or later. So if you're using 95 and you can find that shareware version, you're in luck.
We can clean your computer.
Yeah. So yeah, it scans your hard disk, your RAM for anything that's malicious, and especially if you look at explicit material, it will help clean out your computer. Not a
Like
guarantee.
that,
What is that?
I don't
Explicit?
understand.
You have to be over 16, guys, to know.
Yeah.
Oh.
Whoa. Hold on. We want a proper definition?
Yeah.
All right, hold on. Explicit, stated clearly and in detail, leaving no room for confusion or doubt.
Oh, pornography. I guess.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, maybe. I think it's a synonym for it. So this is a great little program. You can go to www.download.com, download for free. You can make a donation if you want, which I don't, and yeah, it helps me out with all the work I do.
I use this whenever someone gets a virus at my work. If properly known how to use, it can really clean your computer up. It's an amazing program.
It's really good.
If anyone has a computer and wants to really clean their computer well, they can get into Spybot, look up some easy, quick documents how to use it, follow some simple guides, and do very in-depth scans.
Yeah. So this is the end of this Christmas episode.
Yeah, it was really Christmas.
It was very Christmas.
It was so
was the whole
Christmas.
plan.
I could hear the bells. I could hear Rudolph, Santa, Santa Claus, and but we do have a giveaway. We have a 16 gigabyte USB flash drive that we're all gonna sign. We're gonna have our signatures on the front or back to all of the lucky listeners. No, one of the lucky listeners. Even though there's not a lot. And
so Seb's getting a flash drive.
Congratulations, Seb.
One of you
Seb or
listeners
Sean.
will get a data drive.
So what you need to do is like our video and send us an email at geekconfigall@gmail.com. geekconfigall@gmail.com. And you'll get one entry for liking our video. If you share it too, you'll get an entry. If you send us an email saying, I want to win, or something about just having the subject, please, USB key. And here we go. We're going to have, no, don't put BBs because the filter might take that and put it into our junk, and we're not going there. So send us an email. And how do you spell that, Andy? How do you spell our email?
Arcade.
Pokemon.
One Pokeball.
So GeekConfigall
Also the link down below.
Yeah, do that. Why not?
Copy paste. That's
Wait, what,
here, this
what
is
happens
PC
if one of our
stuff.
listeners can only hear and not see?
No. Yeah, that's
I just really help them out because they'd be telling their friend, listen, send us an email. I only remember it.
Are you making fun of blind people on the podcast?
No, I'm not making fun of anyone. I'm just letting them know the people that listen have a good chance to win.
He's helping the impaired people, actually.
Yeah.
That's how I see it.
What a sweetheart.
You know,
You said that's how I see it.
No pun intended.
that was simply incredible. So that is the end of our 4th episode. Thank
Arcade.
you for listening. Arcade. I'm going to name this episode Arcade, I think. Arcade Fire. And we will be back with a 5th episode within 2 to 4 weeks, maybe.
Dude, what a time frame.
No promises.
We'll be back within 6 months.
Maybe.
But yeah, it's been a fun year. It's been nice to launch the podcast. We can't wait to start picking up on other projects we've done. We've got other things we've been thinking of. And we do this for the fun. We don't do this to hope make millions of dollars. It's just something to keep us socially connected and
That's
catch
just
up.
a positive thing on the side, right? Like the fact that we make millions of dollars. That's just...
Yeah.
And we
That's
don't...
not the only reason I'm in it.
Yeah, we don't gloat about it. Like, even if we go out and spend, a couple of grand on some little Samsons and Flintstones just because we feel like it. But yeah.
Yep.
So, again, thank you, everyone, for the part of the year that we've been on. And we can't wait to hopefully continue and keep some good material coming. Hopefully you enjoy the size of the show, how it is now. We might take apart a couple things. We're just molding it to something that's easily digested by the viewers. So, Andy, you want to say goodbye?
See ya.
Brian?
Bye.
Michael?
Happy Hanukkah.
That was like 3 weeks ago, wasn't it?
Bye, everyone. Merry Christmas. Everyone say Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas.
Arcade.
I know Kung Fu. Show me.